Imagine with us. The birthing parent lies alone on her bed, surrounded by the aftermath of a chaotic delivery. She briefly sees the face of her 2-pound newborn, partially covered by a breathing tube, before he is whisked away to the NICU. Their small infant, born too soon, will spend the next 3 months learning how to breathe, develop, and grow in an unnatural environment. Becoming a parent in the NICU looks very different than expected. Finally, the family leaves the NICU. Their baby is now 7 pounds and has a feeding tube and oxygen. They arrive home, close the door, and look around. They use the crib and the changing table that has sat empty for months. The check-ins from family and friends stop. People say, "Your baby's home now, everything's okay." But they are not okay. They are exhausted. They are worried, and they feel lost. Their day-to-day includes counting milliliters of milk, administering tube feedings, and managing a full calendar of follow-up appointments with all of the ologies: pulmonology, neurology, cardiology, gastroenterology, ophthalmology. They can't sleep longer than 45 minutes without waking to see if their baby is still breathing. Their parental leave comes to an end just as the hospital bills begin to fill their mailbox. They still hear the sounds of the NICU, the beeping machines, the hushed whispers of doctors. Desperate for help, they shuffle through the folder of paperwork they were handed at NICU discharge. They find a brochure for an early intervention agency, call the referral number, and finally begin services over 2 months later. They cry throughout their first visit, telling their early intervention team how hard the transition home has been, rather than talking about their feeding concerns. Their providers are overwhelmed and ill-equipped to help. Now what? Northwest Center's Hospital to Home program is changing this reality for families. I'm Sarah Cercelli. I have a background as a family resource coordinator in early intervention, and I'm the Hospital to Home Systems Change Manager.
Good afternoon, I'm Tiffany Elliott. I have a background as a hospital-based speech pathologist and infant feeding therapist. We are on a mission to ensure every family leaving the NICU has the support they need to thrive. The story Sarah shared, unfortunately, is a very common one. Families often suffer alone after NICU discharge, struggling through each difficult feeding, reinforcing their worry about not being a good parent and impacting their already tenuous mental health. These challenges can disrupt their relationship and attachment with their baby, which is foundational to child development. Infants can have higher rates of emergency room visits and rehospitalizations, burdening the healthcare system. Hospital to Home offers a different journey for families. Our program provides interdisciplinary training and technical assistance. We leverage over 25 years of professional experience to help communities build supports for families discharging from the NICU. Instead of a family waiting 2 months for services, we help communities deliver rapid services post-discharge, ideally within 2 weeks. Rather than a provider feeling overwhelmed with supporting the mental health of parents, we train providers in practicing perinatal mental health attuned care, allowing them to have the confidence and competence to support parents alongside the infant's feeding and development. Instead of navigating care alone, the team partners with families to coordinate care. We're direct service providers working to resolve the service cliff families face. We've trained over 500 providers representing participation from almost 90% of counties in Washington state and 9 other states, including some from your states, improving the lives of over 5,000 families. We have firsthand knowledge of the problem. Services are delayed post-NICU and do not include perinatal mental health support. We also know the solution: hospital to home systems change. The Georgetown Thrive Innovation Fellowship has provided comprehensive support through thought leadership, data strategy, and coaching. The Innovation Hub offers the expertise, framework, guidance, and accountability to build a strong foundation to scale and sustainably grow our impact.
Hello, is this working? I don't know. I can use this one. Awesome. My name is Amy Hunter. My colleague Toby Long and I are advisors to Northwest Center. We bring more than 70 years of combined experience across academic and clinical early childhood fields. My background in infant mental health has translated complex concepts into practical, usable strategies for Head Start and other early childhood systems. Toby's experience as a NICU therapist, early intervention provider, and EI trainer gives her a deep understanding of what families and practitioners need. And she immediately recognized the value of hospital-to-home model for early intervention. Together, we have helped refine Northwest Center's messaging so that organizations can clearly understand why hospital-to-home matters and how it works. Over my career, it has become abundantly clear that service providers, such as speech therapists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, are often trained well to work with infants and young children. Yet, they receive little, if any, training in supporting the mental health needs of parents and caregivers. It is essential that service providers focus on the whole family, not just the child's development. Families thrive when the whole caregiving system is supported. Hospital to home is changing outcomes for infants and their families. Hospital to home ensures every family, regardless of their zip code or resources, can access the support they need, including mental health support for parents. Being part of Northwest Center's efforts to bring this model to more communities is deeply aligned with our lifelong work and that of the Thrive Center.
So think back to the family we talked about at the beginning. What are families in your state experiencing when they come home from the NICU? Our approach meets communities where they are, whether they're just beginning to identify gaps or ready to build a coordinated system of care. Come talk with us at our booth right there about co-designing sustainable solutions for your region and bring our training and technical assistance to you. Thank you.